Welcome back to Frugalman Outdoors. Today we're going to put some mums in the ground. So what I have here is a mum plant that I went to Lowe's and got on clearance. If you'll wait till after the season, you could get plants way cheaper than if you get them in the peak season. Now of course all the flowers that were on here have died off. So what I did was I went through and I trimmed all the dead flowers. If you take a good close look, there's a lot of little buds still on there. Also, we have some young growth right here. So this plant is still good and healthy. It's just not real pretty for display at the Lowe's store. So they marked them down. This one originally was $5 and I picked it up for $2. So I've also got 5 more. I'll put them in different locations, 2 at a time. And I'll show you how I do that. Now what I've done here is I've matched them up. I've got a pair of orange ones that are going to go by this sign here. I have another pair of orange ones that are going to go by my other sign. And then I have a pair of yellow ones that are going to go by my nameplate on the beginning of my driveway. So first we're going to do is we're going to plant the orange ones here by my sign at the end of my driveway. I know these plants will bush out about 2 foot total. So I'm going to plant this about a foot away from my sign. That way when it grows, it'll grow up to it, but I'll keep it trimmed back to where it doesn't override the sign. Neighbors driving by. I'm going to try to get all the dirt and sand out of this root ball, but I'm not going to put the root ball back in where I put the plant. Put that over on a bare spot in the yard somewhere. And then we're going to grab our first plant. We're going to turn it upside down, support it in your hand, tap it, and you'll notice that the roots here have come out. I try to loosen those up to where those slide through the holes. You will lose some sometimes, which there's not very much there, but most of the roots came out with it. You take a look here, it's very well root bound. What I like to do is I like to loosen it up just a little bit, give it a little squeeze, and then set it down in the hole. Bring the top of the dirt to the top of the ground. That way it's the same as it was in the pot. And then fill it in. The soil here in Florida is very sandy, so it will have good drainage. You don't have to worry about it being too wet. In my yard especially, I have really good drainage here. The water will not stand very long at all, even when we get torrential rains. There's a couple puddles that'll set. Within a couple hours, those puddles are completely gone. Well, there you go. There's the first one. We're going to move on to the other side of the sign and do the other one. Now, a few weeks ago, I transplanted some more of those spider lilies. I did a video about a month or so ago about me transplanting some of those. I moved some more. This one here is a little close to where I want to put this mum. I'm going to leave it for now and see how well they work together. I might go ahead and move this later on, but as of right now, we're just going to leave it where it's at. I've changed my mind. I'm going to go ahead and move this now because it's already invading the mum. So I'm going to take this out of the ground. I'm going to move it. I'll loosen the dirt up. Good root bed there. I'll drill a hole later, put it somewhere else. There's another one that get pushed out of the ground. There we go. Our first sign has both of the mums planted next to it. Now we're going to repeat the process 2 more times. Stick around. Now these ones on the label, they actually say that they're yellow, but the picture shows to be white. I'm hoping that it's a really light yellow or possibly white. So we're going to see how it turns out when they go to bloom. Okay, that's the first 4. I have to drive down the road a little bit to get the other ones. That's it. Looks like all I have to do now is go back through here and water all these, and hopefully the roots will take real well to the ground that's here, and we'll get some good flowering possibly later on this fall, but I doubt it. But next year I'm hoping for good blooms. Thanks for joining me for this video. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.